this video, we will provide you with tips for inviting guest speakers into your classroom. One thing that students of all ages enjoys is having guest speakers come into the classroom to share information they are passionate about. It is something that changes up the routine and provides an opportunity for them to ask questions of an expert. In today's digital age, it is fairly easy to find others who have expertise in different careers and interests by doing pointed online research. In addition to traditional research online, you can find resources through social media platforms you engage in. You may want to plan out your career and think about various curricular areas where a guest speaker would add something extra special to the unit. This allows you to begin seeking experts well in advance and securing a spot on their calendar. It also allows you to prepare your students for a productive experience. While many schools sponsor career days for parents and community members to come in and share information about their jobs, integrating these opportunities throughout the year and as it relates to a unit or project you are doing makes it more effective and engaging. So, let's review 10 simple steps for securing and planning for a classroom guest speaker. Step 1. Decide which unit, topic, or project you would like to have a guest speaker for to support the learning that is happening in the classroom. Step 2. Figure out the best timing for the guest speaker to join your class. Remember, students should have some background knowledge, and depending on the topic, you may bring the guest speaker in during the unit itself or at the end. Make sure you have a few possible dates for your guests. Step 3. Identify the guest speaker. It could be a parent, a community member, or local business person. It could be someone in another town, state, or country who visits you virtually through webinar or streaming technology. Step 4. Provide the guest speaker with your goals for their visit and explain to them the correlation to what you are teaching or what the students are working on. Find out from them what their ideas are to achieve your goals. Step 5. Confirm the date, time, and location for the visit. Make sure you follow up in writing if you've been communicating by phone. Let the speaker know what technology resources you have available and ask if they have any specific needs. Step 6. Be sure to speak with your building principal to let him or her know the guest is coming. They may want to invite a local newspaper or be sure to feature the visit on the district's social media channels. Step 7. Prepare your students for the visit. Make sure they have background knowledge and talk with them about how they can make the most of the guests joining your class. Step 8. Enjoy the experience. Be a great host and make sure students are engaged with your guests. Role model good listening and participation while the guest is present. Step 9. Follow up with a handwritten thank you and include student notes or pictures as well. This is a small gesture that is often overlooked but greatly appreciated. Step 10. Complete the cycle and relate what the guest speaker talked about back to what you were learning in class. Planning for guest speakers is overwhelming for some teachers, and sometimes we feel like we can't afford to give up valuable teaching time. Try to think of these experts as enhancing what students are already learning, so it is easier for them to understand. These opportunities bring real-world connections to life. Here is one example of a project and teacher that made real-world connections for her students. In this elementary class, students were working on geometry and math. As part of the units, students were placed in small groups and over several weeks had to design an amusement park using geometry and other math skills. The district had an amusement park not too far away, so the teacher called the park and asked if they had someone who could come to meet our students and look at their completed projects. The amusement park said yes. They sent 2 engineers, and these professionals looked at the finished products and gave students feedback. Then they talked with the students about what their roles were at the amusement park and their individual backgrounds. They shared information about park planning and how they decided where a new ride would be placed within the park. There were direct connections to what students learned. There were direct connections to the project that the students worked on. And students learned about jobs that utilized the knowledge and skills they were learning. This is a best practice example of engaging students in an activity where they apply their learning and can see how it relates to the world beyond their classroom. Think about your class, how you will engage students through STEM-based inquiry projects throughout the year, and how experts could engage and inspire your students to a new level. If we create the right conditions, flourishing becomes inevitable. Sir Kenneth Robinson.